It's your favorite little keto goofball diamond, and today is 5 years and 53 days of my ketogenic journey, having lost 155 pounds, fluctuating in a little area, and gotten rid of 29 medically diagnosed diseases. I have plans to help with the last one and only disease I have. Working on it so hard and trying to figure out exactly what works. High blood pressure, just the one. It's the one I had the first one I ever had, and the one I'm stuck with. So we're going to figure out that. Plus, my entire weekend has been ridiculous as hell. Just wait till you hear about it. If you follow me on Facebook, you know some of it, but not all of it. So you guys, like, subscribe, share, and ring that bell for a daily dose of sparkling insanity, because insanity is what you'll get. Sometimes it sparkles. All right. He sprinkled glitter on poop. It sparkles too. But anyway, you guys, it's time to rant, rave, and misbehave, Keto Diamond style. First of all, I got a gripe. I got a lot of gripes, but I got a real one. Okay. So I decided to buy some deodorant the other day. I don't really need it usually, but a couple times I felt less than sparkling. So I decided to go to Wally World. I get a little thing of deodorant and use it when I think I need it. Which, again, most of the time, as long as I'm in ketosis, as long as I don't eat a lot of garlic. Garlic makes my armpits stink. Matter of fact, if I sweat or take a hot bath, garlic makes me smell funny. But anyway, I decided to get some until I saw the prices. $8 to $12 for a can of deodorant that used to be $2. Now, I don't know about you, but that sounds like more than a 9% increase. Now, anyway, my only thought was, if you get close to me and you smell me, deodorant is expensive, so mind your business. Okay? I'm not going to do it. I did manage to find a little stick thing for $1.18. I grabbed that. Luckily, I don't have the whole horrible BO scent, but what the hell? I don't think they completely overestimate my desire to spend money. I mean, I like to spend money, but it's on gas and food and stuff I like and want to use. Love you. Love you too. Anyway, just had to bitch about that a little bit. Just a little bit. I'm not above just washing. As long as I'm clean, I don't care if I stink. I spritz some perfume under there. I got a lot of that. Deodorant's not good for you anyway. It's got aluminum and different stuff in it. It can go to your brain and cause issues. But you didn't hear that from me. You know. But, anyway, let's talk about my ridiculous ass weekend. Very ridiculous. Alright, so Friday and Saturday, worked both days. All went normal. I am not impressed with machines nor mechanics anymore. These massive machines break about 40 times a day. I don't know how these companies make any money. I gotta be really real with y'all, because that's crazy. That's just absolutely. So I'm more acquainted with the brooms in there than I am, most of the machines, just because the machines are always broke. And I use the broom to clean while we pretend we're doing stuff while the machines break. Anyway, just had to bitch about that. Now, when I got home on Saturday night, my dad tells me my mom's in the hospital. Okay, he gives me a number, I call the number. Well, obviously my mom is giving the doctors a hard time, because that's what she does. Now see, there's two things. Over the last 20 years, doctors have ruined her health with medications. Foods have ruined her health because people get poor food advice. The thing is, she's a little bit of a paranoid and a little bit of a hypochondriac. So, now while she is ill, while there are things wrong with her physically, in some touch, but we all are a little bit, while there are some things wrong with her, and they are consistently making them worse with medication choices. And she's a type 2 diabetic, and they've given her insulin, which shot her diabetes, her insulin levels just through the roof. They're higher than they have ever been. She stopped taking the insulin. Plus, 2 times while taking the insulin, she got infections in the area the shot was in, and she cleans it. And this woman's a clean freak, so let me tell you, she was one of them ones. You didn't even stick a drink on her TV without didn't matter if there was a coaster. You better not. Back when there was wooden, big old box TVs, you didn't do that. Let me tell you something. You didn't leave drinks sitting around. I couldn't take drinks into my room. There was no food in my room. She's clean free. So I know that she cleaned the areas properly, and she made sure to use all new needles. So anyway, you know, and it just, sometimes it makes no sense what they do, but they do it. That being said, the fact that she knows for a fact that medications have ruined her health, and she literally has a large trash can full of pill bottles of things they've given her over the years. And she attempted to take them, and they always made her sicker. And they got chunked in the trash can that she keeps intentionally in a locked room, though, so it's safe. But over 700 different medications in 20 years. So you kind of can't blame her for being ultra paranoid. But she started out okay up there. They told her she had COVID again, which she didn't believe she had it the first time nor this time. And I kind of don't either. But, I mean, I've had it before, so I know that it's there. My husband had it, and he got really, really sick. So I know it exists. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it don't. I'm saying that I think she was misdiagnosed twice. A lot of times because of her breathing issues. Now, she's had breathing issues for a very long time. What this stems from is actually diuretics. And we've been told that. It's not a theory. But it has caused CO2 to build up in her body. She can't properly release it or get enough oxygen. She has breathing troubles. Now, initially they diagnosed that as COPD, and maybe that is a form of it. I don't know. But it's definitely not a smoker's thing, because she ain't never smoked, ever. And my dad did until he was 20, so that was quite a long time ago. By the way, yesterday was his 74th birthday. My point being, I can't blame her for being a little paranoid. But she takes paranoid to a next level. So at 5 a.m. this morning, I get a phone call, and I'm asleep. I'm like out of it. And I'm vaguely hearing her voice out in the distance. So it's coming across my answer machine. And what the hell is going on? And I jump up and answer the phone because I remember my mom's in the hospital. And that's her bitching on the phone. So yesterday we took my mom some stuff. Now, of course, they have these COVID protocols and stuff. You're not supposed to be able to go back there. But when I tell you, we showed up at the hospital, went back to her room with permission. Nobody said jack shit, nothing at all. We went back there. We dropped some stuff off for her, some bedroom shoes. She wanted some comforts from home. And we talked to her for about an hour before we left. Well, she calls me at 5 a.m. because she's still wide awake. And the nurse has startled her by saying they weren't supposed to be here. This is in the middle of the night. So my mom, she tries to call. And this is where the paranoia kicks in. She couldn't get out the first few times, and she thought they were trying to intentionally block her call. So when she got onto my answer machine, she sounded like absolutely manic and terrified, really. And that's what it is, it's terrified. And I'm like, what? Wait, okay, you're okay. Technically, no, we shouldn't have been up there. But the fact that we were up there and they knowingly let us in, if we weren't supposed to be there, then that means they weren't doing their job. So I can't help it. And there's absolutely no difference since they were in and out of the room with no coverings on their face. And then you know that they stop and they get them a coffee and they go get gas and they go to Walmart and all these things. They're not overtly concerned about it as they claim they are. So it's just, I love you too. You done said it once. Hush. Oh, okay. Stressful. Especially stressful. Like as soon as I get my mom calmed down and back to bed, Raina calls me. stoned out of her mind because she's had oral surgery really early this morning. Okay, Miranda, honey, I love you. Go pick up your medications, take your ass home, go to bed. Shush. Now, later, when I woke up good, I realized, okay, and I texted the youngin, because this is a kid that considers me her mom, that I need to check on her. So I did. She's fine. Now Jake's going to start. But anyway, like from 5 a.m. to 6 a.m., I talked to my mom. Aunt Miranda calls at 7. And I don't know if I'm just half asleep or if somebody really opened my front door and shut it above my head, because I was asleep right here because I fell asleep watching Discovery Plus, and he don't mind. And that bed is horribly hard, even though it's a totally expensive, crazy high bed. I hate it. But anyway, I fell asleep right there. And I heard my door. It sounded like it was ajar and then pulled shut. So I jumped up, kind of freaked out and having lack of sleep. I'm stumbling around. I check, the door's locked. It's shut. I look out. Nothing. It's like 7 a.m. again, so it's daylight. I could see. Ain't seen nothing. Okay, fine. And I laid back down. And like 2 seconds later, I hear what sounds like somebody walking through the house. So I jump up. And I'm thinking, okay, no need to panic. My son-in-law probably came in here. But I look around. Everywhere. There's nobody in here. And I'm thinking the booths and the spooks done got me again. I don't know. But it also could be from being just extremely tired. Although I've had stuff burp in my face, they boo in my face, scream in my face, and there nobody be around. So, again, a ridiculous weekend. Plus, yesterday was my dad's 74th birthday, which I just mentioned. Oh, I didn't even get to the ridiculous part. So Saturday night when I called my mom, and she's in the hospital, she said they put a do not resuscitate bracelet on her. I was like, well, tell him to take it off. There's been a freaking mistake. And she says, I don't know if I want to. Squeeze me? Huh? No. Call my dad. You know what this woman has done? Because they don't just accidentally put that on you. And he said, I know they put it on her while I was in there, but he didn't see her sign anything about it. So he said, I don't like it, but I can't change it. And he said, frankly, I understand it, because when you've been in pain for 20 years, you want it to stop. I was like, I get that, but no. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. I've gotten her better. She's not perfect by no means, but I've gotten her A1C from 9.1 to 7.1. And there was a gap when it dropped to 8.1. So I've gotten her better. I've gotten her leg deswelled. I'm working on it. It ain't perfect, because her ass likes french fries. Let me tell you what else the hospital did. So it's almost lunch, breakfast time. And she said, okay, well, can I have french fries? They said, no, you're a diabetic. Well, I was like, I approve of this message. They brought her hash browns for dinner time. They have mashed potatoes and baked potatoes on the menu. She said, can I have mashed potatoes? They said, no, but you can have a baked potato. The only difference between those two things is one's mashed. Help me with this, because I know you guys know. I know you guys who have cured your diabetes like I have, like I've helped other people do, thought, what the hell? Hash browns and french fries are virtually the same. Mashed potatoes and baked potatoes are virtually the same, and they're all the same. They are starchy potatoes. And for those of you who are new, who wonder why you can't have potatoes if you have diabetes and stuff, is because there is starch, and so is bread, which will turn to sugar in your gut. When I say I was absolutely agitated, I don't even. So I told my mama, by the way, about the do not resuscitate thing. I told my sister, I told my nieces, I told my son, I told my daughter, and they all called her and raised hell, and she had to take it off. But I stayed out of work Sunday because I'm going up there. She's taking it off. I know it's not my call, and I know it's selfish, but guess what? Love is selfish, and I'll just be selfish. And he can't even be mad at me because he made me this way. He can be mad at me, but I hope he ain't. It's not my point. My weekend, when my life goes upside down and crazy, it does. And usually, it works out okay. But for a minute, I'm like, the world could come crashing down. No, we're not going to have this. We're going to fix it. We're going to solve the problem and figure it out. I'm so agitated. Oh, and while she was in the hospital, I told you, I think, they gave her insulin shots. And then couldn't understand why her levels went from 119 to 163. Well, gee gosh, let me guess. Or could be the potatoes. You know, the hash browns instead of the french fries. Or make it make sense. I mean, just really. Why on earth are they following the extremely old nutritional advice that everybody knows does not work? That's not good for diabetics, period. Neither is orange juice, neither is apples, neither is corn. If little old me can find out all this stuff from the internets, tell me they don't know this from the scientists. Really? So anyway, where my mama's paranoid, she's not exactly wrong, because they have ruined her health over the last many years. Now, I can help her get it back if I can get her to leave the french fries and potatoes alone and bread. I mean, a bitch had her enough, you think. I know you can't make people do it, but she wants off the medications. She wants to heal. There are things that must be done to heal, and I'm the bitchy daughter that's going to try to force it, even though she can't force it, because every time I turn her during work, she's eating a french fry. And I understand, because I love french fries. They don't like me, and they get in an argument and fight with my gut every time I try them. But we all know, not only is it not keto friendly, it's not diabetic friendly. It's not health friendly. I wish they were, because God knows I love french fries. And mashed potatoes and baked potatoes and hash browns, they ain't bad neither. Y'all know they ain't. But I've been frustrated one end to the other. And then I felt bad for my mom, because she wanted to take my dad to birthday lunch and dinner. Of course, being that she might have COVID, not a good idea. And she's in the hospital, so definitely can't. I took him to lunch. This man ate so much shrimp, I don't even know how he ain't turned into a shrimp. Because he had this massive plate. And I ordered some shrimp too. Now, these aren't exactly popcorn shrimp, but they are lightly breaded. I don't know what they're called. I think he called them scallions or something, which I thought all shrimp. I mean, I knew about the jumbo shrimp, I knew about the popcorn shrimp, but I didn't know about the scallion shrimp, which is apparently lighterly breaded. Anyway, I kind of thought it was boiled shrimp till I got it. And I gave it to my dad, which was another whole plate. He ate it all except for a really small amount that he put in the box and took home with him. And then, of course, my daughter bought him some shirts and pies. It's like, great, we're going to give my dad extra diabetes for his birthday, if you can give extra diabetes, which I assume you can. It's called an insulin spike. And I was trying to explain to my mom, it's not how much you eat. And that's one of the biggest things I've explained to her over and over. She'll be like, well, I didn't eat very much. It's not that you didn't eat very much. That one bite of that potato, not a potato salad. I've never looked at the ingredients. No, it's potatoes. I think I was thinking egg salad, but hi, stop poking me in the gut. Poke you in your gut, Pac-Man. Thank you. It's wet on his beard.
Coming in?
Probably not. He's out there barking. He likes to bark.
You come in? Come on. Okay.
But anyway, I was explaining to her that it's not how much you eat. Even one bite can spike your insulin levels. Really? Really?
What?
Y'all know men are nasty, and if you're a man folk, I'm so sorry, honey, but y'all are. And we are too, but not when the camera's on. We're nasty when ain't nobody looking.
Keep it real.
Yeah, well, I am keeping it real. Men are liable to burp and fart right in front of everybody in a restaurant. Women, we just wait till we get in the car with our husbands and stink them out. Y'all know it's true, don't even try it. And if you don't think it's true, you just evidently ain't been married long enough. But I'll beat you like, come here.
You won't cuss on there.
I cuss on here all the time. Look, I'm not going to lie to you. Sometimes I can make Samuel L. Jackson blush. But I'm a Christian and I pray about it, okay? Look, okay, so enough goofing around, but I was trying to explain to my mom, it does not matter how much you eat. It matters what you eat. See, anything you eat is going to spike your insulin levels. Now, depending on what you eat, depends on how high they spike. Now, you're going to spike your insulin levels once you eat. But if you eat just meat or green leafy vegetables or a ketogenic diet, a carnivore diet, maybe even paleo or whole foods diet, you're going to spike just a little bit. But one bite of ice cream or one bite of apple pie or one bite of anything sugary or starchy, your insulin levels are going to spike. Now they're going to crash really fast. This is going to take a little longer to burn down. But this is going to go up. It's going to crash. You're going to be so tired, lethargic, sleepy, and it worse. Before I started keto, I didn't know what was causing this, but every single time I ate, I was so tired. And I think I've told you guys this, but like I could be in Wendy's or Burger King or anywhere, eat a burger, fries, and a regular soda, and before I even finished eating, I wanted to lay down in the seat and take a nap. I never did it, but I wanted to a lot. And there was times which I had sleep apnea, so I'd be trying to fall asleep in the car after I ate, or any long drive, it didn't matter, but after I ate was particularly worse. So those sugar crashes happen fast. The insulin spikes up and then down happen fast, and they hurt, especially now. Oh, now it's so much worse. If I eat some sugar or carby, I know about it pretty damn instantly. My body's like, what did you do? Well, we're going to burp and fart all night. And it's going to hurt. I hope you're ready for bed. My feet are also going to swell. I mean, you guys have heard me talk about this a dozen times, but if you're new to the channel, look, number one, I know I get silly all the time. I like to laugh or goof off. I know my stuff, but I think that if you're boring and monotone, that sucks. I could sit here and just tell you facts just like this. Fun is that? Damn. Are y'all bored yet? Anyway, I like to keep it light, even when the situations are serious. Plus, I'm not real good at being serious unless I'm really serious. And then that don't last too long. I just kind of fall right out of that. So, which is a good thing, I think, because for the most part, I'm not a depressed person. I don't really get depressed. I get a moment or two here and there. And if I catch myself really falling into that, I'll watch something funny. I'll turn off whatever I'm doing. I'll stop whatever I'm doing. I'll turn on a funny show or something. Anyway, keto went great this week. I know, sorry. So we're going to get into my keto weigh-ins and everything in a minute. But I did tell you in the intro, I'm trying to work on my blood pressure issues again. It's been a while since I really kind of concentrated on them. At one time, I had all sorts of blood work done, had my heart tested. We were looking for the root cause of my blood pressure, which the doctor said it's probably like, I guess like anxiety-ish based irritation, because people irritate the hell out of me. I don't stay irritated long, but it's long enough apparently. But anyway, and my mom's is definitely anxiety based. The more aggravated she gets, the higher her blood pressure goes. And that shows at the hospital the most, because she'll go in and she'll be a little bit elevated, but of course it's probably partially white coat syndrome, and it's also her blood pressure's a little high. But then the doctors start talking to her, adding medications, pissing her off, and you'll sit there and watch it climb to like well over 200 and something. Like, lady, if you don't calm down, they're going to keep you for a week, and they have, all over blood pressure. And that's usually why she gets kept, is because of blood pressure. So hers is definitely anxiety based. And I'm wondering if that is partially mine. Now here on this channel, I actually was able to get off my blood pressure medication one time and stay off of it for about 4 to 6 months before it started creeping back up. I don't know what the hell I did to make it go down. I've tried everything. I've tried getting rid of caffeine. I've tried sleeping a whole lot. And more sleep does help, period. It does help me overall weight loss. It helps me with stress, I guess. And I don't really necessarily feel stressed. I know I am stressed. I know the things that goes on in my life are stressful. And then I get on here and I spill my guts and I feel better. Y'all probably a little irritated, but I feel better. So I've been trying to, really do some more research. And of course I found not new things, but 3 things I haven't really tried a whole lot. So I figure I'm going to give them a shot. So what I want to do, and I want to try to record myself just for a glimpse doing this, because I don't want to like hold the camera for 15 minutes so you can see that I'm doing it. But I want to try grounding, which is just basically walking barefoot in the dirt for about 10-15 minutes every day. And from what the research I've done, and I've done a little bit here and there, which I know that it's good for you, period. It's good for your blood. It's good for your health. It's good for your organs. It's good for your electrical system, basically, your energy flow. It's good for inflammation. It's good for blood pressure. And there's no time too short and no time too long. So just basically some of it starts pretty much the minute your feet touch the grass or the dirt. The minute you're connected with Mother Earth. So I want to try that. And I was wanting to make a bigger video about this, but as long as I touch on it, I think it'll make sense to you. So I was at work the other day, and I kept hearing kind of this thing play in my mind over and over and over again. And I wrote it down so I wouldn't forget it, but I couldn't forget it. I mean, it's been playing in my mind over and over that I need to tell y'all these words, but I'm really not afraid people will be offended, because I don't care if people get offended. That's their problem, but I don't know how else to put it unless I say offended, because I don't want to put you guys off, but at the same time, I'm being like prompted, and it won't leave my mind until I say it, I think. So I was trying to figure out the best ways to work with my blood pressure. And what kept playing in my mind was to connect with the Father, prayer, meditation, connect with the Father, connect with the Mother Earth, putting my feet on the ground, touching the trees, doing a little planting. I did some planting today, by the way, and I walked in the grass today. And nutrition. And I was reading, I told y'all I've been trying to read the Bible. I'm not real biblical. We do have our relationship that, of course is nobody's business, but it is educational. I do want to know what is said in there, what he said, what his son said, what other people, I want to know what it says. Whether I believe every inch of it or not, I'm going to leave that to me and my intellect. And I think everybody should do the same. I think everything is based on your emotional needs. So I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm not going to tell you to read it. I'm just trying to read it. I ain't got very far. I ain't going to lie to you, because a lot of it's confusing, and I stop and say, wait a damn minute. Huh? And I had to look at what unleavened bread was. It's lavish wraps, or bread without yeast, baking soda, or baking powder. I've never even heard of that before, but I don't eat bread. I eat the lavish wraps, which are apparently okay. But anyway, it was just for Passover. By the way, Passover is horrifying, or at least the original one. We're going to leave that alone. I didn't know what it meant all my life. I mean, I've kind of heard that story. I went to, Sunday school when I was 5 or 6. I heard that story, but it didn't really register to me what that story meant. And that is horrifying. I'm like, seriously, Old Testament dude was terrifying. Sorry. He was. So far. Anyway, I'm learning new terms. I'm looking stuff up, and I'm like, you know what? There is a lot of nutritional information actually in the Bible. And I'm wanting to get through that stuff too, to see what all it says. I bring that up, connect with the Father, connect with the Mother, connect with, or the last part wasn't connect with anything, but a whole foods diet, or get your health and nutrition in order. And it kept playing in my head over and over, and I was like, I need to put that out there. I need to say it. Hell, I might put it on a t-shirt, because it's just like in my brain. So anyway, other nutritional things I was looking at is dark chocolate's great. You know, we all know dark chocolate's good for high blood pressure. It's good for a lot of things. And red wine. I'm not a red wine drinker. I hate it. It's nasty. It reminds me of being 12. My grandpa was hardcore alcoholic, okay? He had a bottle of wine beside his chair at all the times. He was a nice alcoholic when I was, you know, coming up, but apparently he was not always a nice alcoholic. Anyway, when I was coming up, he was like 84. He had a huge, like, this whole jug-ass thing of wine. He wasn't looking. He was watching, like, Price is Right or something. I took that damn thing and I turned it up and I damn near died. I think I might have been 12, but I was sitting there and I just kind of stuck it around. Like, he laughed so hard. And he told me a story, too. I'm going to tell you the story. I might have told y'all before, I don't know, but this is like stuck in my brain from when I was a kid. I've never forgotten this ever. So apparently, and my dad's told me this story too, but apparently they had 12 kids and his wine kept getting gone. So he put X-Lax in his wine and he started watching the children. And finally one day he asked his wife, my grandma, have you seen any of the kids going to the bathroom more than normal? She's like, no, why? And he told her what he did. And she goes, you son of a... I about myself to death. So my grandma was sneaking his hooch. Anyway, I'm sorry. I've had a wild weekend. I need to get it off my chest. I need to put it all out there. And I need help with the wine thing. For any of you wine drinkers. And I know I've heard that alcohol slows down liver production of ketones. I know, sorry, forgive my language. I wrote a whole page on it at some point. I need to go back and read it because it's been a while since I wrote it. And I've forgotten most of the information, to be honest with you. Because I'm not a drinker. It's not something I think about often. But if it can help my blood pressure, it's something I want to try for about a week or two. I tried it tonight. It was hideous. I've got this little tiny wine glass with a little stem, but the top of it's like a, it looks more like a shot glass, to be frank with you. And I filled it up and I drank it. And I figured I'd do it twice because it's so small. I got through it. I was not happy with it. It tasted like it did when I was younger. I don't even know if that's the same kind. When I was up buying wine, I noticed, they got all kinds. I saw semi-sweet, and I was like, okay, maybe that's what I need. Looked at it, 24 grams of carbs. No, I don't need that. Sweetened, 54 grams of carbs. Nope, don't need that. And the one I got doesn't have a carb label on it. And I noticed a lot of them didn't. And it tastes very, very bitter. It doesn't taste like it's sweetened, although I know these things are made with grapes. Fermented fruit and grapes. So, do any of you have a blood pressure recommendation for wine? I know so very little about it, and any information you have will be helpful. So if you know, that's great. So tonight I drank some red wine. I had a little bitty, like a little sliver of dark chocolate, and I walked in the grass for 10-15 minutes. I don't really know how long I was out there. I was talking to my daughter and just walking around the grass till she got complaining about getting bit by mosquitoes. I wasn't getting bit for the first time in forever, but yay. But anyway, yeah. All right, let me get to my keto. I don't remember what I ate over the weekend. When I'm working, I don't record it. I went out with my dad. I didn't record it. I have recorded today's, but that's for tomorrow's weigh-in. So we're just going to go ahead and get to the weigh-ins. I will post the clips at the end, but since we're just sitting here talking and I don't have food clips to show you, I'm just going to pull up the whiteboard. Da-da-da. All right, keto September 19th, 2022, 5 years, 53 days. Oh, by the way, my mom is home and she's doing well. She sounds good. Her breathing don't sound too bad. And they tried to give her 13 new medications at the hospital. And she said no. They said, okay, will you take one? She said, I'll take one. Maybe. So we'll see how that goes. We ain't promising nothing, but I'm going to try to keep her on the keto track if she'll listen to me. But that girl don't listen to nothing, so Is she like a teenager? All right, anyway, Friday, 165. It seems like I went up on Friday. I don't know what caused that from Thursday to Friday. But I don't think I cheated or did anything wrong. I'm pretty sure I didn't. I felt fine all day this Friday. Last Friday I almost died. All right, so 163.4 on Saturday, so did pretty good. 164.4. This right here, this little fluctuation, might have been because our vending machine now has cashews. And I was hungry at 5 o'clock, and I was like, okay, cashews are keto-ish. So I got some cashews. I actually got 2 packs of it, so it's probably what caused that little fluctuation up. Wasn't bad, wasn't upset with it, just probably what it was. Sunday, 164.4, which is from right then and there. And then today, 163.6. And again, I did not work Sunday. So normally from Sunday to Monday, I don't go down. So that's the fact that I didn't work and I was, keto yesterday. That probably was, I went down a little bit. So in all, this week, I have fluctuated 1.6 pounds from my work weekend. What work weekend I did have? My husband. Beat him later. All right, you guys. I've talked myself to death. I've said everything I can think of to say. I really wish... Here's the thing. I don't think doctors are bad. I don't think they mean to do anything bad. I don't think most of them realize that they're really just pill pushers. They go into this business, a lot of them for a good career, and a lot of them to be helpful. And it takes them a very long time in their practice before they realize that none of it's worked. It takes them years of seeing the same person over and over before they start to realize what I'm doing is not helping. Nobody's being cured. Nobody's getting better. It takes them a long time. What I really, really wish is that these young doctors coming up would take it on themselves to read research studies, to really dive into things and figure out what's going on. Because I do believe that most of these people want to be helpful. I do believe they feel that they've paid a lot of money for their education, so they should be well educated. But we all know who backs the medical schools that teaches them the information. That information is always what matches the symptoms to give which medication. That's it. And I am greatly appreciative. I'll let him in a second. He's not being hurt. He's fine. It's perfect outside. Anyway, I am eternally grateful that doctors exist, because a lot of lives have been saved through immediate medical attention, getting to a hospital fast enough, surgeries when needed, having somebody's appendix removed, different things that could cause very sudden death. I am eternally grateful that is established. I simply wish that the young doctors coming up, since they have access to all this information on the internet. Now here's the thing. One of the biggest problems on the internet is there's too much information, because you have so much information. This person says this person says this person says this. Which one's right? So there is a lot of information, and unfortunately, informational overkill, it kind of hurts us too. So I just wish they would get into really reading those research papers, not the outcomes, because what the study says versus their outcome results, that's usually polar opposite. And the outcome results usually say whatever whoever's paying for it wants it to say. So I just really wish our medical professionals would take more effort into their own hands instead of just going by what they're taught. That's all. That's all. If you have a medical professional in your family, they're probably the most stubborn people you know, but try to talk them into it. Maybe it'll help. Usually once you start trying to actually cure yourself with the proper diet and stuff that they preach, and you just keep going up and you keep getting sick, that's when you start saying, okay, something's not right here. So I just wish that they would do more research. That's all. It's not that I think they're evil. I don't think they're bad. I don't think they intentionally ruined my mother's health. I think poor dietary advice and medication overload ruined her health. And I'm hoping, because nothing's really ruined until it's ruined, that we can get her back on the right track. And me stay on the right track. Because that's always a difficult thing too. I ain't perfect. I smelled some sweets yesterday and I just about did it. I did not do it, but I just about did it. Anyway, you guys, if you need help with your ketogenic journey, if you have questions, my contact information is below. I answer everybody for free. I help everybody for free. You have nothing to lose by asking me. And if I don't know, I'll try to find out. That's what I do. Please let me know your thoughts on red wine, your thoughts on grounding. Do you ground? Do you walk around barefoot in the grass ever? I'm curious as to what your results have been if you've tried this, because it sounds like it's scientifically backed. It sounds like it's a good idea. It certainly doesn't sound like it could hurt anything. But what are your thoughts on it? Oh, I kind of want to try, like, the parasitic detox thing, where you take medicine to get rid of parasites or worms. But I hear that's a whole thing. Have you tried that? Because I am curious, and I've heard you should really do that a couple times a year. And from everything I read, you probably really should, because parasites are bad for humans too. And just because you live in a clean house doesn't mean you've never picked up parasites. Have you tried this? Because I want to know. Let me know your opinions on everything. If you need any help, contact me. There are ways to support the channel, including the Amazon wish list and everything in the description below. Don't forget to send out the fall or Halloween cards, and I will send you one back. I need to check the post office. Hadn't done that in a while. I'll go do that tomorrow. So anyway, much love, many prayers. I'll see y'all tomorrow, y'all. Bye. It's Friday morning. I kind of want to cry. 165. Really? Yes, Sunday morning, 164.4. Alright, you guys, Monday morning, 163.6.